So let's record some exercises. The DAX, here we are. It's already getting into the probably late part of or mid session of Europe. Not late, but mid session. So we've seen here what's going on already with the DAX. So we've had the high come down to a couple of lower levels here for threatening the highs again. So time to engage. We'll go down to a 1 minute chart, but we can just see here the 23,400 being a key level. So first up, to engage with price, we're going to take a trade or a exercise trade down here at this 2320 area. Price can drop back. So we're seeing price just bleed off a little bit. Aware of the highs up here as well, but price can come back into this level. Probably 30 would be the first point, but almost there. So we'll see what happens if we can get to 20. And I think better still, if we look on the high type time frame, the 5 minute, not that as big. We'll try this. Yeah, there he is right there, around that 15 to 20 level. A little bit easier to see here. So yeah, 23,318. So just seeing price not quite able to get there. Obviously this area is going to act as some support here. At the moment, the volatility is fairly low. And so we're in a fairly low liquidity state at the moment. Also, it's a lesson in patience. It's easy to just jump in here, which has been done plenty of time, a bit too early, but if we can just come back a little bit deeper, be patient for that, and then react. Keep in mind, it's an exercise, not a live trade. And on the upside, we'll look at this level up here, 2360 for a sell. Just interesting to note the actual our price broke through this breaking point here. So made a nice clean run extension. So 56 down to 35, 20 odd points, and then come straight back to where that wick is right there. So an extremely low liquidity state right now. We can just see price just fading in and out of these levels. So if price comes back up into this area, we take a sell with a stop just above these highs here. If it comes down into this area, these lows here, we'll take a buy and we'll stop somewhere around there. Also then looking at the next key level for an exercise, which is right here. And on the sell side, up the top, just there. So coming back to it, still very low liquidity here. Range is small, so all it takes is one decent surge in bids, for example, to push it up. Because we're in such a low liquidity state, price can just go in on one way or the other. So what we'd see is a tick frequency increase, either bids and offers, and then price make an extension into a level. So if you were to take a live trade here, it'd be quite dangerous because it would be just one of those surges that will catch you out, and you might be long, and surge comes in from the offers, and you're going to get caught out. So I don't think we'll take this exercise buy here. The volatility is so dried up, and price could only just potentially work back from the current low back into this area. So not ideal. What we'll do is we'll just wait on this level down here at 87. See if we can get something off that. So just starting to see price just drop off a bit. Look, there was potential there to take a trade high. There was a thought there, but decided not to, because it could easily just keep pushing through, being the DAX. So need to be careful. We can see this level right here, around that 80. That's the key level to hold for now. Also getting a nice extension down. So price leaving up here at 329, coming into 288. We just want to see price to come straight in, not do a sting, but come straight into that level. Once more, teaching us patience, not to chase the price, but to wait for it. So if it does come down, we get a much better entry versus chasing it, getting in somewhere there, and then as we are now, just below, we're in the red. So here we can see on the 5-minute chart, there's definitely some support old areas here on that 5-minute chart, not tradable. Price could easily just come back into this area as well, which would be a safer area to consider a trade if we were to take one. So price didn't quite come down. We've got this leg here. So it's 28 down to 92, so 30 odd points. Unfortunately, didn't quite get to our level. We need to go a little bit lower, another 6 points. Then we would have hopefully seen what's happening now is this leg being filled. So as to where is the low, it could be that area. As you can see, that would have been it, but obviously I'll put it at the most extreme, looking for a price spike into the low. So now looking for price to come back up somewhere around here. Let's see if it responds off that. So even though we haven't taken an actual exercise trade, we're still able to mentally work with price and focus on the price characteristics of its behavior. Keep in mind, we're not taking trades off the 1-minute chart. It just allows us to get more engagement. So clearly, if we went to a 60-minute chart, there's nowhere near as much engagement. We'd have to wait for price to pop up to the high to get some engagement, or come all the way back down to this key area down here. So possibly wait for that, but you may as well just get down into a small time frame, look at the micros, and watch the price behavior. So right now we're just going to see if price hits into this level, which it does, and see if we get a slow reaction. You would think somewhere in this area we should get price just peeling off a little bit again. So a slightly wider view. On the 2-minute chart, we can see where price started to give way a bit. So we have this point of release, retest, comes back, retest that area. Then we come deeper, then comes back, can't get all the way back up here. Then we make another price run towards these lows. And now we're just filling in this void, which was this void coming up now. So now we're filling in this void in there. That's completed. Now we just wait on price, see what the next move is. Perhaps again, I mean, it can only do a few things, but come back down, maybe have another look at these lows, or decide to go on the upside and come up here where that point of release is. So we can see price tested that area up here, that breaking point, just came up towards the point of release there of this candle where that bleed started, and now we're just trading in the middle. Okay, now a slight push higher, so if we can get above here, then we'll look at this level here. Take an exercise, but we still need to get here and hold. So if we can't get above that, then getting rejected, probably coming deeper. And a possible live trade here on the 5 minutes, so we can get a nice run into that. That could possibly work for us. So we've bled off a bit, come from 23 down to 80, so a decent little run. But notice again how quickly this leg gets filled. Now it's just a matter, is it just the extension that gets filled? Does it come up to the inside breaker? It's inside breaking point there, or all the way back to the point of release where the run started. So on the 15-minute chart, we can see this area here, this candle wick where they once kissed and met. Prices come down to that level, so that's pretty cool. Looking, it's a bit of a messy area. It's not really clean, but somewhere in this area, probably 23.2 200 as a possible live trade.